Welcome back to Ragstone's NSE, everybody, and in this episode we are going to transform the sound in the Hornby LNER HST Farewell Tour Intercity 125s that already have factory fitted TTS with the Valenta sound in both ends. And we're going to put Hornby HM7000 TXS in there with the bass speaker, enhanced bass speaker upgrade and a power bank. I now discipline myself every time I put one of these in. I always put a power bank in. Now Hornby have these in stock, it's a good thing to do. Here's the loco itself, sitting happy in my Network Southeast era station, and what we'll do is we'll grab both the driving end and the trailing end and get them onto the bench, open them up, take out the old TTSs, which I'm sure we're about to put on, get some money back on, and we'll put the HM7000s in, and then I will go through the steps that you need to go through to onboard both decoders in a consist, so you can run both at the same time. We're going to start with the powered driving end. It took me a little while to get into the fact that you do need something like this. I mean, you can see this is a branded one by ESU. I think this could be a Pico one, but you know, just saves a lot of messing around. You're not going to scratch anything. And if you put the loco upside down, then you know its own weight is holding it in position. We've got to get the case off the top of this, and it's held in by 4 screws. Always check the instructions, it's not always the same, but there are 4 screws holding this in place, here and then underneath each side, and then it will pull itself away. Okay, there are the 4 screws. I've taken a picture and identified exactly where they come from. It's not that difficult. And as I was unscrewing it, the case came away, which is really good. I mean, I promise you, they're not normally this easy. This one comes up from the back, sort of slides forward. So I've just taken it. You've got to be really careful of all this. And if you've got the motorised fans, you will have to be careful of that. Anyway, we want to go somewhere around here to install the new chip. I notice it's got a pretty decent speaker in it. I will have to have a quick look, but I'm going to keep going with my plan to upgrade to the TXS bass speaker. All of this can be packaged up, and I saw somebody out there has got an HST that they would like to put sound in, and this won't go too far. So anyway, I'm just going to have a quick look here. I think it's a multi-plug. Sorry about the focus. It's a multi-plug, and then I'm going to take that tape off, and then the TTS chip is sitting over there. Once I've done that, I can put the new chip on top, and then we can have some fun with it. We'll do one at a time. I'm not going to do them both together, so we'll be doing the driving one first. Just quickly whilst I do this, I've untaped that reveals the 8-pin. I'm going to have to remove the speaker, the front lights, and I guess cab light if it's got it, came off. Be very careful. Invest in a pair of decent tweezers. These aren't my smallest ones either, and they will help you. Just be very careful, take your time. The chip's out, the speaker is out. I can tell it was factory fitted because the speaker had sealant all around it, and really that is the way you can prove it. Anyway, on my box it said it was sound fitted, so I trust it anyway. But yeah, just to prove, move over here. There it all is, ready for someone else. What I noticed is this is quite cool, this ESO or ESU, whatever we want to call it, foam staging thingy, is that strip is magnetic, so those ain't going to go nowhere. Okay, here are all the parts. So you need one decoder, to be specific, and a pin. power bank and the enhancer speaker. I don't mind saying that I go with the Hornby stuff. I love Hornby. It's mainly a lot of my layout, and I'm going to go with these guys. I've had some mixed experience with HM7000, but I'm over most of those issues now, and I've always had support. Just make sure you buy your equipment from either a Hornby agent, or if you're going to do it online, make sure that it is definitely Hornby you're buying from, because I have had issues sending stuff back, and if you approach Hornby's customer service, they're going to want to know that it came from one of their own either agents or suppliers, just to let you know. Right, I should get all these bits and pieces out at the moment. Really important to size this stuff up before you do anything permanent. Now that black thing there with the screws is the underside of the little fans. Obviously that's the bass speaker. It's much bigger than the speakers that you get supplied. Well, that's a good thing. So I'm going to place it facing back into the loco and attach it to the roof with probably a little bit of blue tack to start with. And if it's okay, and if it sounds okay, then I'll come back and I'll attach it permanently. It won't fit directly on top of there. I tried it. It would have been quite good because the bass would have gone into this space here, but that's okay. The original speaker fitted perfectly across those, I don't know what you want to call them, those metal sides of the chassis above that drive shaft. But with all these things in this hobby, there's always something there to challenge your little brain cells. So we're going to attach that to the underside of the casing, run that cable into the actual chip, and then I'm going to set it up and we're going to test it. I'm going to try and give as much information as possible. So that's the speaker that you get, and these are the apertures or bass boxes. I'm pretty glad that I got that one there. Probably would fit the 125 for whatever we're calling it, class 43. That one there. But if you look at the size of it compared to that, you know, and the speaker that came out of it, you know, I can't imagine. These are good because they're so good. They're sugar cube, so they are good. There's no doubt about it. But this is going to sound much better. So yeah, this is the inside of the pack. So you get all of your own sizes of apertures, and what I remember reading about this is that they've chosen sizes that fit into the majority of their models or up-to-date models. So if you have to put one into a boiler box or boiler tube, or most of the modern steam engines are driven by the front now, so you put them in the back. And also the diesels, most of the diesels will take these. I've fitted these to all sorts of different models, Hornby, Bachmann, the whole lot. And then this is what we need. This is the actual chip itself. So I shall undo that and I will place it onto the loco, and then we'll start to actually get some do some stuff with the software. Next is the power bank. Already started to connect it, so the power bank will go into that socket there. Now, I was in denial about this for a long time. I thought, why would Hornby bring out a product where any kind of interruption between the power to the decoder or the loco to the track would then stop the train or the loco, and then you'd have to go through a full restart process. I know it sometimes isn't like that, but it frustrated the life out of me, and in the end I decided, you know what, for the £15 that one of these costs, add it to the cost of doing the actual conversion or the update, or just putting one of these into a 8 or 21 pin, and get them when they're on offer. Add this to it and that bass speaker, and for around about £75, I think this has cost me. So 65 for that, 15 for that, no, £85. I've got a fully upgraded 8-pin system with the speaker and the stay alive, or the power bank as they call it. So that'll be plugged into there, and what that means is that this loco, as long as my track isn't completely terrible and the wheels are no good, will just go around really smooth, and that's what we want. Because trust me, when this first came out, I nearly threw them in the bin because I was just so annoyed that they wouldn't keep going, you know, compared to the other stuff. But there you go, that's a learning, and I just want to share that with everybody. Please, you know, there's a reason why there's a reason why they designed it with that socket on there, and there's a reason why they supply these. It just basically gives the decoder, I don't know how many seconds, it feels like quite a few seconds of power from this, and it sort of charges itself up again once it gets we're about to put the pins in. Now I don't know if this time, again, I'm talking as if, sorry if I'm teaching people to say eggs here, but it's important. The square shaped one should be pin number 1, and that corresponds to pin number 1 on the actual decoder PCB or whatever that is. And if you turn it over, I think there's a little number 1 there, let's see. So that will go onto there in that position. Again, for those who have been in the hobby for a while, this is important. You do not want to fry this without even running the train. And there's a reason why it has to go the correct way around. Alright, so it's plugged in now. Don't be worried about this pink cable. It does nothing. Well, it might do something, but it doesn't do anything for me. Watch out for all these other, little cables around it. Just make sure nothing gets clipped or crimped or caught when you're putting the case back on top. So as I said, I'm going to temporarily put everything back into the case. I'm going to blue tack the speaker in. I'm going to blue tack the power bank into the roof of the train. I will put it on the test track, and then we will see. I will go through the whole process of onboarding the chip. Okay, here comes the fun bit. So the loco is put back together. I blue tacked all those parts. This isn't going to go very far. I just want to make sure I can get it to the controller, and then I will go back, put in my little rolling road, and then we'll glue everything back in properly. So I'm not going to do a how-to on the whole HM7000 thing, but I use an iPad, and I've got it ready now, and I'm going to just see what happens if this should be live. My test track is always live. It's powered by my Z21, that's another story, but there's the right voltage going there, and it should be broadcasting. So what I need to do is go to link device, do a scan. I know it's found it straight away. This is incredible. I hope the whole demo goes like this. Anyway, so that there is the Bluetooth address for the chip, or the decoder that's in that loco. So let's go for it. So now it's going to link it. I have to pause it. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so it's done that. It will probably tell you it needs a firmware, Bluetooth firmware update, and it may tell you it needs this AP-ROM firmware update, so I'm going to do that. One hint that I didn't know about, and I had to do it, was make sure your iPad or your phone or whatever smart device you've got isn't set to automatically turn off. When you download the sounds and the profiles and everything else, the last thing you want is your iPad, your iPhone, your smart device going to sleep in the middle of it. It screws up the update, and I had to get Hornby to fix mine when that happened. So yeah, hint at the very beginning of this, make sure you've got the settings on your smart device to not time out and not go to sleep, otherwise you will have problems. Right, so we're going to click on this one, start update, I think it is. Yeah, normally quite quick. I mean, we're several years into this now. When we first started off with this, I mean, I wasn't part of any beta testing or anything, but there was a lot of new stuff going on, and it was a bit tricky. So it's even warning you there: do not leave this screen. In other words, don't let the smart device time out. Mine's always powered, so I've got mine powered. So this should be good enough. Anyway, there's quite a bit of updating to go here, so I'll be back when there's something else to show. Okay, they've both updated. Now we're going to press done. Now I have to I have to power this, but first of all it's asking me if, well, it didn't ask me, but anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go through this menu now and put the correct mapping and the correct sound profile for this loco. But before I do that, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. So we're going to browse profiles. And it'll bring up all the HM7000 profiles. Obviously we need a Class 43 HST Valenta, and I can see it's already there, but if you wanted to, you can go through all of the different ones. So let's find that back there. So there it is, TXS 00. And I'm going to install the locomotive profile. Now this does take a while, so I might just pause. Let's see how long it takes. That's the quick bit. It's the actual sound profile that takes a while to download. So anyway, the good thing is all of this is connecting properly at the moment. Now the SPI ROM, I believe, is the sound profile. So we ain't going to stand here for 12 minutes looking at this, so I'm going to pause and be back. Okay, so that all loaded. There were a couple of confirmation messages which I didn't think was that important. You also have to power cycle the loco, so that's an on-off. Now if we're lucky, to help us with going forward, I'm going to put an image onto this so that we can see it straight away, and I'm also going to give it a name and a appropriate number, so I'll be back on that in a sec. Okay, so far so good. I did have to power recycle this again because it's got the Stay Alive in there, or the power bank. I had to make sure that the Bluetooth completely recycled itself. And the way you tell if the Bluetooth is connected is this. If it's connected, it's in blue. If it's not, it's in red. So I had to wait for it to disappear, refresh it. But I think we've got everything in place. So let's try the lights. Happy days. Let's start her up. Press engine start. Okay, so you probably can't tell, but I can tell the difference already. It's a much deeper sound than the horns. So the good thing about this is Hornby have put a lot of effort into very good. I'm not sure if we've got lights in the cabin or not. Just trying it. Oh yeah, I think we've got some lights in the cabin maybe. I always have this on for TXS because basically when you're pulling the train backwards and forwards, it will make automatic noises. I'm just going to test it slightly. I don't want it to go too far. I'm just going to put a bit of power onto it. It's good to me. Just put it into reverse. Right, so going into reverse. So passing all my tests at the moment. I will check the lights properly when I've got it up and running on the track itself. Just trying to see if there are any other functions that we can use. Okay. Right, now I've got to take this one apart, which is the revert. Well, it's similar to this, but obviously there's no motor in there. Trailer. I've done exactly what I did for the driving car, taking the screws out, but this one doesn't have a motor in it, so it's going to be a lot easier. Still got this cable attaching the lights to everything, so I'm going to remove that in a moment, and then I'm going to go through the same process of installing the speaker, installing the sound stay alive. There's a lot more room in this one, so maybe the speaker can go somewhere else, we'll see. Okay, so this is the trailer and the non-motorised trailer, and I fitted everything into it. It was a lot quicker, obviously, because there's a lot more room in there. Speaker is actually about here, and I'm going to go through the whole process of onboarding this TXS chip into the Hornby 7000 app, like I did before. You don't have to see all that again. So the next time you see a clip of the video, I should hopefully have had it up and running, and it will be ready to test for sound. Right, it's all ready. It has, I put it as the trailer, non-motorised. I've given it a different code, and this really is the first time I've fired it up, so let's see what happens. Start the engine. There we go, put the lights on. There we go, keep lights on. Let's test the horns. Okay, I'm just going to test a couple of functions, AWS. Put the AFC on. So now I don't have to of course, it's not motorised, so it won't go backwards or forwards. What I've got to do now is I've got to put the two of them together and create what's called a consist in here. So what that means is that I'll be able to control both of these, the loco ends with one controller, and that's when this really starts to show its true potential. I can do it on other controllers, but this is really good. You can create a consist, so I'm going to do that in the next clip. Okay. This, back at the home page, I'm going to look at my engine shed. I've got 27 locos in there, so that shows you my commitment to HM7000. Here we go. There's all the locos that I've got, and there are the two that I've just installed, the two Class 43 Intercity 125s. And what I'm going to do is create a new vehicle. New vehicle, and I'm going to create a consist, and now the fun starts. So I'll be back in a moment, and I'm going to call this, I don't know, what is it, LNER Farewell Tour, so we know that it's this one. Let's give it a name. Now I'm going to assign the two, so that one. Interesting, you can see where I've created a 8 VEP using the Hornby VEPs previously. Anyway, we're now all good. I think I just have to go backwards. Yeah, so it's got them here. I don't know what else I need to do at this point other than get them ready on the track. So again, back in a moment. Right, getting relatively advanced here. Happy to go with it. So this is the consist menu. This is the power. That's left and right. That's your brake. That's your stop. Now it shows both locos independently. But what you can also do is use global functions. And what you do is you import the function map into the global functions. And that means that when you press each one of these buttons or functions, it's going to have the same effect on the train. Now let me just see what happens. I'm going to use my good old-fashioned automated function control. And by the way, the locos are sitting there over this side because it was better for testing. Now I'm going to press this and let's see what happens. Oh yeah, they both fire up. Now, I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but I think they're within nanoseconds of being in sync. I'm just going to lean back and press the horns, see what happens. fraction apart. I mean, we'll have to see what happens when I put the coaches in. I'm just going to move it forward a bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's good. What else do I need to say? Oh yes, you need to set the direction so that the back is going the right way, and you can set that up in here under direction setup. So I've got, I think, yeah, I've got the non-motorized one going against what it thinks it should do on the controller, so you can control the back. Now we're doing all right here. I don't know how long this episode's going to take, but I really want to get some coaches on it now, so I'm going to do a quick test run, and then when I'm back in a moment we should hopefully have this running. I'm about to hook the coaches up, but I just wanted to show you all what the Stay Alive or the power bank does. Now I've got magnetic couplings on here, so this is okay, but I can pick this up and it's still alive. It still thinks it's on the layout. It goes for about 10 seconds. It's gone now, just gone. But that's enough time to not get caught up on dirty track. Okay, last bit, I guess. So all the coaches are attached, as was the farewell tour. I've done an episode on that already, but I've now got the iPad in my hand, so I can now control the train from anywhere in the train room. And I'm just going to pull it away, and then I'll just go through some bits and pieces, and then I think we're done. We can have a little play with the sounds from the station. I think we have a whistle, and then maybe there we go, and good. And then I think we can take it away. There she goes. Doing all that on its own, I'm not touching anything, I just set it to speed. And here comes the trailer, which is in sync with the front. Coming around again, I know where it is, it's under the town, it's just coming through. Here she comes. By the coal mine. Back over by the engine sheds. Coming underneath the end gauge. There she is. And then through the station from behind. Very cool, very happy with that. And then back over to the HM7000. If I play my cards right, I should be able to stop it in the station under its own. So you can see my finger, I can see where it is. It's coming now under the town, so I'm going to start slowing it down. Here it comes. Slowing it down. Oh, I overshot it. Oopsie. Anyway, there we go. So that is how to take the TTSs out of the front and the back, replace them with HM7000, how to register them in the app, and how to create a consist. I hope that helps anybody trying to do this thing. Just for fun, full power now. I know the The purists don't like this kind of thing, but I'm going to rattle it around now and see how fast it goes. So it's 100%, and I've not changed any of the settings on here, so that should be in that. I can hear it behind me. It's already going for it. It's going to come through the station very fast indeed. Here it comes. Here it comes. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, definitely over and out now.